عبارة عن pure نيترين pneumatic glutamine decreases of tonf and of me of tonf. Happy Easter, guys. Let's continue back with our book. Just so we can slowly build up our vocab and grammar. We'll start with David. Let's do two each. We'll be sharing my screen in a second.
Before David starts, I did want to point out real quick. I brought this up in the channel, I think like over a month ago, but regarding like the have, do not have, and Bohiric. I know we were spending a bit of time with what do you call it, like those rare like the double suffix forms, like how you could say like, if you want to say I have it, you could say like, when tie him off, or you could say like when tie sif or something. Apparently, yeah, apparently Bohiric does not have those.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember checking Chrome also. He mentioned Sahidic and maybe maybe Akhmibic and Lycopolitan as well, but like Bohiric and other dialects not mentioned at all in that. So, his dictionary was out in like, the 30s. So, if there's been no other, I assume there's been no other examples, that would contradict what he or anybody else found at the time. So, I'm just going to take like a very, I'm just gonna assume that there's no, you don't do that in Bohiric, so like, so not everything in Zayidic can be transferred to Bohiric, obviously, and if there's, like, I wouldn't have known this unless I looked it up, so, like, going forward, we would just have to keep that in mind, like, you can't do the double object. If you want to say, I have such and such, you have to actually spell out like, you can't suffix the object onto the I have or you have or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, even the AI can't find it.
Yeah, and even in Sahidic, it's like, I'm not going to claim like I've read everything there is in Sahidic, but that whole double object thing for like, the somebody having something, like, that seems pretty rare already in Sahidic. So for native speakers, I don't know if it would have been common. Maybe it would have been common to say, like, I have it. Like in Spanish, you could say what, like yo la tengo or yo lo tengo or something. But probably for most instances, people wouldn't have said like the double object. That's just my assumption, but yeah.
I guess I'd be more so curious if we have any evidence of it in, let's say, Demotic or even late Egyptian of the double suffix. More so to get an idea whether or not this was a emergent verbal or construct or a one on the way out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be very interested to know that as well.
Can't find it. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Wait. Yes. Okay, David. Do you want to start on just do two?
All right. So let's be. I did it right. 1, 2, or is it 1 toe? Right. Not. Oh, whoops. I'm on 2.
One and toe. So in Bohiric it doesn't. They don't put them together, so we have to say one in toe. Right here. Oh, I also did a short term verb.
Actually, I would bring up Malone also, because there's at least there is this way, like where you treat them as independent words, like one and in toe. And then you could also combine them, which is just, you pretty much just remove the space. And then there's also like the shorter form that has less stress. So like muntu would be like the shorter form, and I think iman and toe would be the regular stressed form. Again, in practice, I don't know which one is more common. So like, yeah, one and te, one te, but then there's also, I think, one t.
Yeah. It says sometimes the balls just contract. It doesn't explain why.
Yeah, I would search for 1D real quick also, like, because
It's right here.
no, D with a D instead of the T.
Oh,
Like one is
so
the
the
letter.
one here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it does exist. Yeah, because I remember somebody on the Discord, wasn't sure. Like, wait, is that only a Sahidic thing? Is that I don't remember seeing that in Bohairic. And then it's apparently in Bohairic also. So there's those. I guess you could think of it as three forms, but there's two main forms. There's the one and day, and then there's the one D, which is day as opposed to T, which is I guess like D is like the more unstressed form. Like maybe there's more emphasis on what you have as opposed like I have a cat versus I have a cat. So I don't know if there's otherwise any grammatical rule which one you can use. So I would just use either one. Montu.
That cost absolute. That's the absolute state. Not sure what that means. And then this is the constructed state. Oh, le sujet appelé se sent. So it doesn't have an N after. One T.
Yeah.
And one two the one tick okay. So good to know this takes an N. This one does not take an N, which means can you say M1 diff? Which means you probably cannot do Mos or M1 here. Oh, yeah. Feed one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you want to say you can use this, but then you cannot use this for M1 because it does not take a subject after, like an N or M.
Yeah, the rules, like some of the rules are still confused in any dialect. Some of the rules are still confusing to me about like what you can and can't do with these like have constructions for like one and a mon. But as far as the N particle, I know that if you say like so like wintai or sorry, winte would be like I have, or one day would be I have. And if you want to say like I have or a cat, you could say winte emu. And if you want to say, but if you have the word emal, which is optional, which means there, if you say winte emal, if you have the emal before the cat, you can't say winte emal emu. You have to say winte emal en emu. You have to have the n before. You have to have that direct object before the emu. As far as I understand it, but again, like I don't completely understand it, so just do whatever you feel is most consistent with how you understand it. But as far as how David has this here, the Meturo 5 condemns. Yeah, and I would write the T with the demotic the D, of course, for the.
I actually looked it up because that's initially what I did, but I didn't find anything online. I only found it spelled with the Tau Yoda.
You may be right. That might be how Crumb has it as well. I could be mistaken.
I wonder if that's more so just for visual distinction.
This one?
Yeah.
I would check
We'll
Crumb
just
real
use TA.
All right. Works.
All right. And then, if I understood the conversation, F would be 1 and 2 Emon, or would I have to say 1, 2 Emon?
Probably go with the longer form. 1 and 2 or 1, 2. Where they go?
And 2.
One, two. One and two. Okay. Looks good to me. Right, Randy, do you want to next two?
Sure. One into one. Yeah, I was curious about, 'cause that seems most natural to me to use the emo, like just a ordinary direct object for the object form for the, like, because what would you say, eron, or amon seems the most natural, but I was trying to confirm that just by looking for examples in Crum, but I didn't get a chance to find any yet. But I'll just, in the meantime, I'll just do mine. Maybe I can get back to it. I am better than you are. This would be tricky. This might be tricky for me, like even as Vedic. I might have to think about.
I don't even know how to start this.
Yeah, like not necessarily a word for word translation, but like to capture the same sense that it's asking for. I am better than you are. Like, what would you use? Shopi for, would you use Shopi for R? Would you, well, those sorts of questions. But I'm probably going to end up revising this a few times. But let me see. I am better than you. So look. If I wanted to be really simple, I could just say Enoch, or no, it would be, I guess, there is a Hua in Bohairic, right, for like gain or greater or something, the Hua. Like, for all I know, something like this could have been, a grammatically correct sentence, and may even have been like one way to say it. But of course, it's very simple.
What's it called? I think there's so good, and we do things like good more than you. So what's good? As a verboid, it's nanu, right?
Yeah, in Bohairic would be nane. So like nanef, nanes, nanu.
Nane, nanes, nanu. Which one would be with the I? Like I am good.
I guess if I had to guess, I don't know if it ever occurs like in attested writing in any dialect, but if I had to guess, it would probably be nane, maybe. I don't actually know that though. That would just be my guess based on the pattern that the first person singular usually takes in Bohairic as an object. I mean, there might be examples in Crum also, for all I know.
I mean, yeah, if nane, nanes, be nane. So that's it. I am. So what's nanu?
Nanu. What do you mean, like how it's spelled, or?
So I remember nanu and nane are related. No.
They're the same thing. Nanu would be Nanu is the pre-nominal form for Saitic, and Nane is the pre-nominal form. So like Nane, Nane, Toi, etc.
Oh, but in Sahidic, Nanu is a pre-pronominal form. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like, actually, sorry, I see according to Crum, Nane is the Bohairic, Nanu is the Sahidic. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, in all forms. There's here a translation for better than. It will be Nanui A. That's it. I'm seeing it on Crum, on Ramankimi.
Yeah. I would be tempted to check the examples too, to see if there's, not just for examples in that construction, but like also to see if there's examples of nane with suffixes that aren't just third person. So like, you are good, or like I am good.
Okay,
Those
so
can usually be harder to find.
so better than and CA. So better than is none A. But let me read the book more. 2027. No. None. No, I can't read this. I don't know how to read Chrome.
What's the page you're on? I could try to look through it real quick.
227A and B. Oh, it's a huge one.
I mean, it is a bit overwhelming, but for this example, I'm basically just trying to go through and see like if I can spot anything that has like nane with something that looks like a first person singular suffix. I know we're on the right path. Nanef, nanu, yeah, just like it's all the things I see so far are just third person. Nanu. I don't. So far, I don't see anything, but like I'm hesitant to say it doesn't exist because there's even things like when you say like deru, derus, derif, you think like there's no like all of me like deret or deri or something like that. Actually, I've actually found like a pronominal form for every like I found it for like all of you like Derek. I've found like Darren for all y'all, like all of y'all. I found Darren of course for all of us, but you guys have probably seen that before. So like my point is that like there might be a first person singular for this, even if we can't find it in Chrome. So but at the same time I'm not sure whether it does exist or not for sure. So
I'm seeing even on Abdin just another book. Also same thing. Nane A is better than. Just the book under and the same website. Just to find.
So yeah, so short of finding examples of nane, I don't have any proof that this is how you would say it, but this is how I assume it would be said, with that specifically with this nane suffix.
Yeah, I think nane sounds about right.
And yeah, if anybody has any like anything to add to it, like we could always go back to it, but I'll just move on to this second one here for me. God is greater than the emperors.
Wait, are you keeping yours?
I am better than you. Yeah. Unless you had like a different suggestion for what to write.
Looking at Chrome, it seems like nane works. It literally says like better than. There's a construction for better than.
Right, but it's a verboid, so like you can't. It's not. So this isn't a knock subject, nane verb, and then erok object. It's nane because nane by itself means I am good. It's like if you were to say
more than you. I am good, like more than you.
Yeah. So like I mean technically the enough doesn't even matter. You could just like this is a complete sentence. I am better with respect to you, or I am better than you, and without the erok, this by itself is a complete sentence or a complete predication. It's just I am good.
Why are you changing the epsilon to an eta?
Because it's just taking the pronominal suffix. Otherwise, I guess you could put the a back and it would be nane. Maybe that's how they spelled it. But it would mean I am good. But it's just like if you said nane piromi, it would be the man is good. Like this is the subject and this is the verb. It's just it's just the verboid.
It's also like nanes. So I'm assuming nane is just as fine.
Okay, yeah. Just keep in mind, like with this nane thing, like the e right there for the iota there for that means I. I mean, that's not an object, that's a subject. So it's really just I
Yes.
am good to you. So
Yes. Which is why I think Anok is optional. Like I think Anok is more like it'll be emphatic rather than necessary.
yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in a square bracket. Okay, awesome. Okay, next one.
Okay. God is greater than the emperors. What is it? Nunti,
I have a feeling it will be another verboid.
I mean, you could do that. I don't see it often. Like, and I'm not even sure of the spelling in Saitic, but there's the one that's there is like na, like it would be like to be greater than. Either with two or three alphas. I don't know which one is the standard, at least in Saitic. But
two in Bohairic, 3 in Sahidic.
okay. So na panute panuti, and the emperors. Any uro. I think that's the plural.
Yeah, looks good. I can double check it for you, but I think it's correct.
Okay.
Looks pretty correct. Uro, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Thank you. Intelligent. Anything besides Save?
Are you trying to stick to like Coptic as much as possible? Because I could probably think of some Greek stuff, but it just seems too, lazy.
Would it be Save?
That would be my first choice. Because of course, like it's a modern day thing to speak more about like intelligence in contrast to wisdom, in contrast to such and such. Where it's like I don't know if that really existed in antiquity. So I mean,
So you probably just want to say wise?
that's what I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can, I don't know, maybe something from Greek like sophos or philosophos or something.
Okay, let's go with wise. I like wise. Or Save. Okay. So she is more intelligent. So that would be she is intelligent, and that would be like ou savete, right? And then I want to say more than he is. It would be like ehoterov. I know ehote, but then I remember reading in Mark says like for hote become like hoterov.
Yeah, there's like combined forms. You could say hoterof or you could say hoterov.
Say what are the forms again?
So
I know it's like ehote.
Do you mean to
hoterof,
have your screen unshared?
Sorry, what?
Do you mean to have your screen unshared? Or this in my end, your screen is
Oh, sorry, my bad. Mine crashed. Okay.
Oh.
Or I actually accidentally closed everything. Let me share my screen.
For Bohairic, I don't remember if there's like situations where you have to use hote like instead of hua. Like is hote only for people and hua is like for everything? That I don't remember, but
For what? What's the other word?
just like the hua, like the one for ho, like the one from Sadic, this one.
Oh, well, I think it says more than. Oh, yeah. Wait. Greater. In who? I think this is when you want to say most. He is the best.
Yeah.
In who? I've seen a hotel just because I remember reading it recently. And I wasn't sure on the construction.
Because there's no hote in Sahidic for that. You either always use it's either hua or the Greek para. Like then like you could say para erof, or you could say like pararof, but the para is from Greek.
Mhm. Probably in who was where you say like best.
Yeah, that is a way to say best, yeah. But it could simply, I don't know if it always means best. I think it could just, a lot of the times also just be comparative, like something is more than something, but it's not necessarily implied that it's like the best. For Save, if it's for she, I would change the eta to I would change the epsilon to an eta.
Oh, that's the feminine.
I think it's that way in Bohairic also. You can check.
I have a feeling that makes sense because they're different, but I thought they're pronounced simply, I guess. Let me check. Save.
Without the yeah.
Yeah. Save, yeah, that's the feminine.
And how often scribes actually like distinguish the male and female ending for a word like this? I'm not sure, because I feel like I've seen similar words, like save, kame, like the color black, kame, and like hae, that means like final or end. Like I've seen them even when the subject in question is like whether it's male or female. A lot of times like the ending of like save or kame or hae doesn't agree, so it seems like it may have just had the same sound, like the sound was so similar between an eta and an epsilon that maybe just they didn't really distinguish them. But that's at least the rule originally seems to be that eta would be for feminine. So usavete e poterov. Yeah, I'm guessing that's how it's done for ehoterov. I can't recall specific examples, but it looks correct to me so far. Usavete ehoterov.
Okay, next one. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I think this is, correct me with this one, but I think this is what I can do. Of just, and then in J, no, this. This is the best I can do. I've just in J. No. This is Moses said it. Because what I can think of is like this, which Moses said. Still not right. This
You
was
could
said by
say,
Moses. Moses said it. This? Oh, pi etaf.
yeah. So
Oh,
I mean, one option is to, instead of Jaws, you could say, I guess, off Chipai or off Chipai, just the prenominal form of Joe.
So sorry, say that again.
So instead of off Jaws, you could just say like off Chipai or something.
But I want to say which. So Thai etaf Jos. This
Uh,
which Moses.
It's
Jos etaf Jos and Jim Moses.
based on the English. It seems unnecessary, at least initially, because like this was said by Moses. I mean, that's just another way to say like Moses said this. So like there's not even any really like relative phrase here. It's just Moses said this.
I'm trying to match what this. So this which Moses said. So this is actually not right. This which Moses said. So this is not correct. So my Coptic is not correct.
Yep.
This was said by Moses. So Moses said this, right?
Yep.
All right. Moses said this. So that's of Joe of Joe Tai. So say Joe Tai. Of Joe Tai and Jim Moses.
Well, two things. At least for Sahidic, there seems to have been a rule where if it's a quotation, like like you can't say afjo or afjo, it would have to be afjos. You do see afjo, but that's specifically for like if you want to say like, oh, he talked about something to them, like he's not giving a quotation. But if you want to say like Moses said, you know, this, and then there's a quotation, you'd have to say afjos. I don't think you could say afjo. You'd have to say.
Sorry, I meant to say with afj.
Afj, I think that would work. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm going for. It's pre-nominal. Afj, tie, and Jimos. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. All right, back to you, David. 2 more.
All right. Let's see. Jesus. What is it? It is hope.
You're thinking of the opposite.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I'm thinking of the different one. That's a pef met uro. Hope. Der hope and chai. Was it? Just want to make sure I spelled it right.
Yeah, this is another one of those things where, like, I think technically the one with epsilon is masculine and the one with eta is feminine, but in practice, I don't know if that's always observed. I think I tend to see the feminine one with the eta more.
What I think is interesting, at least in the Raman Chemi site, or at least when it's listing it off, there seems to be, for both of them, besides the plural, one with a iota and one without. So like chai and chaye and chai and chaye and just chau.
I think Shate, like, I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I have a different approach, but I mean, I don't want to spoil it just yet. Like, and let you know, I want to a bit more.
Like until his kingdom, but you want to say his kingdom will be hidden until the last day. Whether we want to say the last day is, or I think the last day is, unless there's a different word for until, but definitely
the only thing I would change is I think there's I think the syntax doesn't quite align with the English, because in English you're just saying like his kingdom will be hidden, and then the until the last day part is really just like an adverbial complement. It's not really, I mean, it's pretty much it's like an addition. It's not really the main. I mean, it's not even like really a predicate by itself. Like his kingdom will be hidden. Like that's really the main part, and then until the last day. So the only thing I would change, so like with the shate, instead of saying shate, I would just say sha, because it's really just like a adverbial thing. Like if you say shate, you're trying to. It's like as if you're saying, you know, until his kingdom is hidden, something. It's not. It doesn't seem to align with the English. I would basically phrase it as, I mean, just like the English, or you can, if you wanted to, you could put the until the last day part even before. So if you wanted to keep it at the start of the sentence, you just remove the te part. So it's sha. So it's not shate like a verbal pretext. It's just sha, just like one you would put in front of a noun or something. So like sha pef metura by itself would be like until his kingdom, or. But then, yeah. But
That's,
here,
yeah, I think I'll take it one by one. So I would remove sha, but I agree. I think sha is a great option for the last day. And looking here, are you seeing Chrome like seo can be used like shao seo or shapi seo, like until a time. So we can say until the last day. So what's so David, just break it down. What would be if I want to say hidden? If I want to say it is hidden? How would I say it?
You could say hep, or you could say it's hep.
Perfect. So yeah, if I want to say hidden, it will be hip. But David, can you put plural with qualitative? Can you say Tina hip? I will be hidden.
No, I don't think you could do that. Yeah, Tina. Yeah, because like you could say the shopi, you could say the shop, you could say Dina shopi. You can't say Dina shop. Like that just doesn't even sound correct. So I don't think you could put qualitative after the na, like the one that means will. It'd have to be, if you wanted to keep the qualitative, if you wanted to say it literally like the English, you could say Behmetura na shopi eshep. So like do the thing with the shopi and then do a qualitative for the hep if you wanted to.
Yeah. So yeah, so if we want to use qualitative, we can only use it for present, a simple present, or imperfect. If I want to do it for a construction like the future, then it'll be like it will become hidden, circumstantial qualitative. So
yeah,
Futuro will become qualitative, circumstantial qualitative. So go with that. And then it go until the last day, which I think you got it right. Sha P A Ho. I think you're missing an omicron. And Chai looks about right.
Yeah, and I'll amend what I said earlier, but I mean, Eho is obviously a masculine noun, so it would make sense to have the epsilon here for Chai, not the Chai with the eta. So F metura. Yeah, and just then just for the verb, like main verb part, just I guess nashopi eshep would be one option.
For to be hidden?
Yeah. So if you want to use qualitative in the future, you say it will become qualitative. You don't say qualitative right away for the future. So try it. So just start writing it.
I'll be frank. I don't know where this conversation is really starting from.
Okay, so
is hope not itself its own verb?
Okay, let me break it down for you. I'll ask you questions. So, hope is height. What's be hidden?
Hope is what?
Hope is to hide.
Okay.
What's to be hidden?
Only just because I was looking at the Remen Kemi.
Yes,
it has to be hidden.
So that's to hide. So that's mostly that's hide. Like if I say I am hiding, I would say T hope. But let's look at Remen Kemi together and just say hide. What do you see here?
Well, yeah, I mean there's hep.
Yes. So this will be the hidden part. Like if I say I am hiding, we T hope. If I'm say I am hidden, then it's T hip. That's the point of qualitative. Make sense? Okay, qualitative. Let's quickly go through the qualitative state. Let's think of a verb that has what's the let's say I can think of hold, but this one is hard in English as well. Shopi. Okay, yes, shopi and shop. So we have shopi. It means I become. So I am becoming beautiful. And then we have shop that just means be or exist. It's a state after the verb has happened. So the same with hope and hip. I am hiding. I'm actively trying to hide. Like just like in English, I am hiding. I'm playing hide and seek and I'm hiding. But then once you have quality, I am hidden. That's tihib. That's my my quality. Another example is actually open. You have one to. So one, and then you have Wayne is it's open, just like the gates of the city are just open, not like be open or just open like someone is opening, like they're just open by nature. It's an open secret, so it's by nature Wayne. Uh, Actually, in Midnight Praise, he say, "O Theotokos, make the gates of the church open to the faithful." So we use Wayne in Nipistos. So just make it open. Like, okay, that's the state in which it is. Unlike one, is like to open or currently temporarily open. That's one. That's the verb. I am opening. I am open, and then this one is like it's just open, like naturally open. I am hiding versus it's a hidden secret. Do you get it? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. If I use hope, like you're doing here, that would be is hiding. His kingdom is hiding. And if you put now hope, it'd be like will be hiding. But that's not what it is. It's not will be hiding or it's not hiding. And even if it says here be hidden, like hidden, as in it's not a state, it's more like it tries to hide, tries to go somewhere to hide.
Yeah.
Which is not what we're implying here. So if assume there's no will be, assume it just like is, it will be his kingdom, hip.
Yeah.
Does it make any sense?
Yeah, like the only other, like you could just do like a regular passive thing, like that really just says like they hid the kingdom, like the kingdom was like you could do that. I don't know if it has the same sense, but like that theoretically is an option. But as far as the one we're discussing, like that seems the better choice here. So like what you have right here, this hope shall be a hall and high. This is a grammatically correct sentence. Just like Mark pointed out, it literally means his kingdom is hiding or hides until the last day. Now, if you change it to, if you change the hope to hep instead, that would still be a grammatically correct sentence. And now it means his kingdom is hidden until the last day. And now, the next step would be like, how do you make that into the future? Normally, you would just put the na before it, but now it's ungrammatical because you can't say na before a qualitative. So you'd have to do something like nashopi s hep.
Probably
so
F.
how you
Oh,
approach.
actually,
Well,
F.
isn't will be a different tense than will? Or I should say will be hidden is a different tense than will.
Yes,
Well-
yes. So I'm trying to take you step by step. So I want to make sure we understand qualitative, and then figure out how to make it in the future. So qualitative again. Qualitative is think of it as actually almost not a verb. Here we go. Easy one. Your host, the fourth host. Smoke choice, smoke choice, smoke choice. Praise the Lord or bless the Lord. Okay. But if you say if smarot, he is blessed. Do you know that example? You should be seeing this like all the time. Like you will definitely recognize this. So we have, what is it? Smooth. Yes, and if we say smooth, you will find smooth is to bless it, and then you have smarot. So if smarot and jf noti, which means blessed. Usually blessed is he, or like he is blessed, rather than smooth is to bless. So we say smooth choice, and then afterwards. So why? Because if smarot, because he is blessed. That's a qualitative. He is in the quality or in the state of being praised / blessed. So that's a common one you see all the time. Another example that you will definitely recognize is whoop. Where's the P? Whoop. That means to be pure or to pure.
I'm not sure if that the infinitive form of web exists in Bohairic.
Yes, you would not have it in Bohairic. Yes, assume you don't say it. You have whoop, and then wab is one that you see all the time. Pipneuma wab, the spirit which is holy. So holy, but wab is to be pure, innocent. Is like to do something. Is to To be pure. Tiwop, that means, okay, you probably know Tiwop. If you've done any spoken Coptic, you would have seen Waj and Ujai. So Ujai is be safe or hope, and then Tiwaj is I'm safe. Sorry, is it the opposite? Yes. Tiwajai is I am be whole, and then Waj is just like I'm good, I'm well. Let's say actually we'll use it in the sense of save. Fujai, he saves us. Tiwaj, I am saved, I am well, I am good. Does it ring any bell? Okay, you probably need to go over this again. It's qualitative is essential, and it's not really a verb. Well, it is a verb, but well, it's actually a form of the verb. So it's not really. It acts like a verb in some situations when it comes just between with circumstantial present and past, and only in a very few verbs because you cannot be hidden. Like I will not be in that state. You will actually will have to say I will become in that state. You can't say I will state or I will quality. I will. You can't in Coptic. Actually, even in Arabic, it's the same, which makes it a little bit easier for us to just do it in my head.
It might be good to like point out just like how to so like like if if you're curious, for example, like how do you put these datives into the future? Like how do you use not with them? So for like what is it? Choice. What was it? Sorry. Choice. Marot. That's a complete sentence by itself. Like the Lord is blessed. But what if you want to say like the Lord will be blessed? Would you say the choice not marot? Nope, that's not grammatically. You'd have to say shopi marot. Marot by itself is not a verb. It's just the stative. It's just a form of smooth.
He is blessed.
Yeah.
Another example, actually, another hopefully clear example is Osh. Ashai is to become many. So in the end of the reading of the praxis of the acts, we say, may the words of the Lord, Fashai, to increase, to become many. And Osh is just many. So you can say, Ti Pimishi Etosh, the great crowd. Okay, so Osh and Ashai are the same. Osh is the qualitative. You can say P. How do we say Mishi? I think Mishi. If you actually say Ashai, and then
for a crowd, it would just be mesh with a eta.
Is an eta?
Eta and no yota at the end.
Yes, mesh. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And then if you want to say this one, actually, you can just say you have to say Itosh. So the crowd is increasing in number. The crowd is growing in number. So you're in a concert, you came too early, you look around you, you say, wow, Pimesh Ashai. The crowd is becoming many, is becoming numerous. Okay? This sentence makes sense, right? Pimesh Etosh, the great crowd. But I'm not going to be precise. The many crowd, the big in number crowd. So Ashai is to increase in number. Et Osh, so the crowd which is great in number, or the crowd which is many.
And if you didn't use the et, Pimesh Osh is also correct. Like, but that's a sentence now. You're not saying the crowd which is great. You're literally just saying the crowd.
Oh yes, actually you're right. I can actually say Pimet Osh. The crowd is many. Right. The crowd is many. The crowd is big in number. Here's an example here. II, we also mentioned the end of the praxis, made grow and multiply. It's great and like it's in abundant. It has already grown. It doesn't necessarily mean it had already grown, like it happened and now it is. But like it's already big. It's already many. Whoop. Oh, he's using whoop. Maybe you want to say it's Saidic. Look it up. It will take some getting used to, but you probably see it a lot. I just don't know it's qualitative, but it is. Smoo and Smarot. We smoo him, but he's already Smarot. And Tihko, I hunger. So you can say, blessed are those who thirst for righteousness. So that's the verb. And then there's like, I'm thirsty. See the meaning? See the difference? I thirst for righteousness, or I'm thirsty. I think tichosi and tichisi and tichosi. Tichisi, I am laboring. I am being tired. I'm exerting. And then tichosi, I'm tired. So we'll also just get chisi and chosi because we actually use them. I use them different when I speak. If I'm working hard, how are you doing? Tichisi. I'm working hard right now. And then by the time I go home, I'm no longer working, but I'm tired. So I say tichosi and tichisi and chosi. It will be like toil, to labor, to trouble. Tichisi, I'm laboring. When I'm at work, tichisi, I go home. Tichosi, I'm tired. I'm not working, I'm not laboring. Can't say tichisi because I'm just chilling in bed. Yet my quality, or my state is being tired. So I'll go with tichosi. Now back to our example. Tiho. Well, this one is also should be feminine, first of all. Tekmeturo, so it should be feminine. Tefmeturo. Ho. His kingdom is hiding. But if I say hip, it's hidden. It's hidden.
And then before hip, you still need the
Circumstance.
subject. So yeah, the circumstantial with the subject. So it'd be feminine would be s hip.
Yes. So again, chisi and chosi. If I want to say I'm gonna work hard tomorrow, I want to say tina chisi tomorrow and rusty. Easy. Tina chisi and rusty. I will be tired tomorrow. I will labor tomorrow. Again, labor, tired, all the same word. If I want to say, oh, tomorrow's a long day, I'll come home, I will be tired at night, I can't say tina chosi. I have to say tina shopi, a chosi. I will become circumstantial tired. Tina, so just like you have it here. If I say I will become tired tomorrow or after a long day, so menensa along ho at long, I don't know what long is. Tina shopi a chosi. I will be tired. But tomorrow I will tired. Tina chosi. Tina chisi. That's easy. It's just simple. All right. Enough talk about qualitative. Let's call it a day. See you guys. To run.
Yep.
Bye.